this there. Oh, there we go. This is YouTube. We want to make sure everything is all set up for we want to make sure that everything's all set up for early access, so I figured I'd make sure that the YouTube stream is set. Everything else is ready to go. Yeah, we want to make sure that everything is hunky-dory, and I got my new graphics up, as you can see here. Hey, look at that guy. Who's that handsome fellow, huh? Who's that handsome fellow? Seriously, I don't know who it is. Can anybody tell me? I'm lost. I can't find my family. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Or is it still is it acting up still? Hold on. It's just spinning and spinning. All right. All right, I think that's better. Is everything, can y'all hear anything now? Can y'all hear me? Everything good? Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. I don't know. This is why we work out the kinks right now. This is why we work out the kinks. Make sure to like, folks, by the way. All right, so I want a theory craft tonight. We have the top 10 stuff that went up early for YouTube, for whatchamacallit, but I want to theory craft a little bit. Boop. Okay. So we got that. Okay, so there we go. All right. If we are building some decks here, we're gonna try to build. Do we want to build dinos tonight? Do we want to build pirates? What are we thinking? Are we thinking pirates? Are we thinking dinos? Are we thinking vampires right away? Right away, go to the vampire build. I don't know. I don't know if I want to spoil vampires right away. Like, that's the question. Do I want to do that? It's a good question. So let's open up some. Let's open up some galleries here. Okay, so let's go to. Okay, let's go to. Turn that off. GG Goldfish. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I'll pull that back up. Okay. So the question is, do we want to, what do we want to build right now? Do we want to build a Galta Dino? Galta Geshaltha Gambalsa? What are we thinking? Ancient one. Descend. Maybe a Descend. That might be fun. So what does Descend do? What does Descend do? Why wouldn't I build a Dino deck? I mean, do you have yours built already there, Trax? Is yours already over and done with? Myco Tyrant. So let's take a look here. Resume editing. Do we have any fungus? Is there any fungus in standard right now? There's a small amount. Is Golgari fungus viable? That's going to be the question right now. If we did Myco Tyrant, fungus and saprolings. Okay. All right. Deathbone, that's a Thalid. Create Phyrexian Saproling. Transforms and dies. We create it. We got some Lurgorf. Yeah, we got some Lurgorf action. You've descended this turn. So you descend each time a permanent is put in your graveyard from anywhere. So if we're talking about a Golgari self-mill, we may be onto something with Myco Tyrant. So if we got Death Bonnet Sprout, because that mills, that will descend. What else self-mills? Mill 3 for each time it was kicked. We can Lurgorf. We do have Urberg Lurgorf. Or Kerber Lurgorf. You got another fungus and or saprolings. Do we have any other saprolings? We have Nevada, Primeval Warden. Interesting. Nobody ever uses that one. What if we did a Nevada with Myco Tyrant? If a creature an opponent controls a die, exile it when you do. So, interesting. Weatherseed Treaty. Create a saproling token. Search your library for a basic land card. Domain, target creature can answer X number of basic land. That's not that great. We do have Blight Reaper. Okay. Old Stick Fingers. Josh Lizzie. No, I'm not. I'm on YouTube because I wanted to get my YouTube stream up and running for Thursday. I wanted to make sure everything was going okay. So I'm trying a little YouTube stream tonight, my dude. Hope you don't mind. Old Stick Fingers. He's still around. Holy shit, man. Reveal to your graveyard and put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. Old Stick Fingers power token. Number of creature cards in your graveyard. Okay. All right. All right. Interesting. Myco Tyrant. And then we have Akawali, the Seething Tower, which is a silly little guy there. To send 4. If there's 4 or more permanents, it gets +4. As long as there's 8 or more permanents, it gets an additional +2 and can't be blocked by 1 or more creatures. So we actually have quite a few self-mill options right here. Interesting. So what if we added... what if we added... standard only, all formats. We don't have the new ones yet, huh? How do we select the new ones? Is it in there yet? They're not in there yet. Well, how the hell do we add them in there? Squirming Emergence. Uh-oh. I think that's I think that's commander only. Squirming Emergence commander only? Lost Caverns. Fathomless Descent. Return to the battlefield. Target non-land permanent you graveyard mana less than equal number of permanents in your graveyard. Interesting. Squirm and Emergence. Yeah, the set symbol, the one complaint I have the set symbols are very similar and very complex. It's very hard to make out. I think it is good to go. There. Seething Tower. Yeah, that's good. It's regular. Okay. Who else do we have mill here? John Roberts Mills. Okay. Rutstein. I mean, Rutstein's a solid... He's like a solid guy right there. Four more permanents. Okay, so we're doing a lot of mill, but what do we want for return if we need a resurrection cards? Because if we mill a lot of stuff, we're going to need stuff to come back. Diagraph, creature that's end recurrent. Diagraph's not a bad idea. Okay. Not that after all. We need stuff to come right back out of the graveyard. Repossession, Vat of Rebirth. Whenever another artifact creature you control is put in the graveyard from the battlefield. No, we need it to come right out. Necrogen. That's not bad, but I think that... Yeah, we definitely need some resurrection. We definitely need some form of resurrection here. I think that that's going to be essential. Archpriest of Shadows is not a bad idea. That's not a bad high end either, because if we get a lot of little tokens and bullshit out, we can return a lot of stuff back. So Lich Knights is not a bad idea. Okay. Okay, we're doing that. Not dead yet until the end of turn. We want return. We want return to the battlefield. Do we have return to the battlefield? I don't know if there's anything. Love is a battlefield. Whoa, 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 whoa. We are strong. Heartache to heartache, we stand. Both of us knowing. Doom, 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 doom. Love is a battlefield. Mill 3 cards, return land card. Okay. We could put Tortoise in there. Search your library for a thingy. Invasion. When Gloomshaker enters the battlefield, turn from a graveyard your hand, exile it. Gloomshaker's not great. Diagraph Rebirth. I think we're better off going with Lich Knight. Let's do Destroy. Early Destroy. What's that one called? Tear Asunder. Are you interested in do a vampire deck? Yes. We're going to basically do all typal or tribal or whatever the fuck they're calling it now. We're going to do a lot of them, so don't you worry your head. Don't you worry about a thing. Urburglar, Herfer, or Kerberger. Alright. 49. Okay, so let me do this. Save and exit. Okay. We're going to export it to our other sheet here, and then we're going to jazz it up. Alright, export. Alright, so we're going to go to import deck list. Boom. Boom. Okay, so now deck builder. Okay. Now we're gonna add. Okay, hold on a second here. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Muted? Oh, how come nobody said anything? It's been muted for like 10 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Just speak up. Sometimes my mic, if I even turns off. If I yeah, just say, "Hey, your mic's off." Don't be scared. Read the chat. Literally just said it. Literally just said it. What? 2 minutes ago? If I've been muted for 10 minutes, 2 minutes ago isn't the time to say it. Read the chat. As soon as you don't hear me talk for 1 minute or don't hear any key clicking, that's probably a good sign that that I'm not, that something happened to my mic. All right, so that's Llanowar. Llanowar. Oh fuck, I forgot what it's called. Llanowar Wastes. Let's do add to deck, one less of those. Longest sneeze of his life. Oh yeah, when I sneezed, I forgot to Nicholas. Oh, thank you, Nicholas Sawatsky. If you don't trumpeting Carnosaur, I haven't even seen the trumpeting Carnosaur. Let's look at that. What does it look like? Ooh, Discover 5. What does Discover do again? Discard. Okay. Okay. Alright. Not bad. It's a little expensive. Cascade? Okay. So it's just a different form of Cascade. Exile top card from your library until you exile non-land card of value of N. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so you're gonna get a 5-drop out with it. It's a 6-drop that brings a 5. Okay, that's not bad at all. NGL, not gonna lie, not bad at all. Mike Tyrant. Akawari. Okay, so I don't think we need Fathomless. I feel like that's a deep cut. I think we're happier with that. So that's 16, 3/3. Llanowar Wastes and Deathcap Glade. Let's move on to one of those. So that's 6 and 16, 22. Boof, boof. Alright, that's 55. That's 55 cards. What are we missing here? What are we missing here? I added 4 and 6, so yeah, that's 55. Let's see what we're missing. Let's see some new green stuff. The Skullpore Nexus, where X is the greatest among the power. Okay. Bedrock Tortoise, Skalta. Growth Rights of Itlimok. Consuming Florence. Destroy target enchantment. Search your library for a cave. Jade Light Spelunker is very good. I remember her. Sound on the Nameless Skitty. Dinosaur Merfolk Scout. Explorer's Cache. Dinosaur Equipment. Tendril of the Micro Tyrant. Fungus Wizard. On target non-creature land you control. That's not bad. Battle Glyph. Twists and turns. If a creature you're going to explore. Scry. Presence of Ages. Comes from a Mammoth Brawler. Mineshaft Spider. Mammoth Veteran. I'm not seeing any other... I'm not seeing two other real big ones that I want to do. Intrepid Paleontologist. Pugnacious. Am I missing something here? I don't think I'm missing something if we're talking about a self-mill. If we're talking about a self-mill, like Lurghorf type deck. Am I missing a Lurghorf that I don't know about for some reason? I don't know if I am. I've looked at all the cards, but I can't commit all of them to memory that quick. Let's take a look at some lands. Maybe I got something there we can go for. Alright, let's... Goldfish. There we go. Look at them together. Okay. Hidden Nursery. Hidden Necropolis. Cavern of Souls. Restless Anchorage. Restless Perry. It starts... I'm glad you asked, Nicholas. It starts November 9th. So, technically, in 2 days. In 2 days. It's going to be November 9th at 1 p.m. Okay? And I'm going to go for a couple hours in the day. I'm going to go for a couple hours at night. And then I'm going to do the next morning before it goes off on November 10th. So you're going to have probably 3 sessions. And I'm going to try to get at least one good deck out of each session. So we got 3 decks. Then I'll put the decks up on the channel for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because it'll be all day Thursday. I'll try to maybe get the first deck up Friday night, then Saturday, then Sunday. Monday is going to be a day off because it releases Tuesday morning. That's when this set comes out. So we're going to try to get a couple of things on there. So yeah, that's what we're looking at, man. Bringer of the Last Gift, Vampire Demon. Preacher of the Schism. Sunfall, Sunfrill Imitator? No, I haven't seen that. It's called Sunfrill. Okay. I'm going to look at it. Visage of the Dead. Have you seen this guy? The Dread Osiosaur? Oh. Oh my goodness. That's pretty good. Wow. That's really good. This is the sacrifice one that we want here, Greedy Freebooter. If it dies, create a treasure token. So we want this for a sacrifice. Like Fanatical Offering and Greedy Freebooter is going to be the way to go there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the dinosaur is going to be crazy, bro. You're going to have to show me a couple of your you're going to have to show me a couple of your builds. Then your opponents cast Sunfall. Indeed. And if you're smart, you have Cavern of Souls, and you can't be counterspelled. So, there's that. Unfortunately, I mean, nothing beats the counterspell meta right now. You know what I mean? That's the biggest problem that we have. That is the biggest problem we have. Power up. We need counter spells. So the Dana Bides, very funny name by the way. If you wait and watch, I'll tell you my secret. Cavern of Souls makes any creature you're casting that you choose from your that you're gonna choose from your whatchamacallit, that you're going to choose from your tribe that you pick. So if you pick dinosaurs, anytime you cast a dinosaur spell with Cavern of Souls, it's uncounterable. So if you're running Typal, if you're running Tribal, you basically, that's just going to be an auto include. You're going to have to include it because it's going to counter so much of what's wrong with what you're going to be doing. So yeah, it turns everyone into tyrannic. So if you're running vampires, if you're running vamps, if you're running dinos, if you're running whatever you're running, you just got to run that, and you're good to go. Save. All right. J-Villain. Let's put those down there. You can organize them. I don't want them organized by that. I want them organized by mana value. Turn them all into Tyrannics. Yeah, for sure it will. It absolutely will. So let's put Swamps, Urborg, cut down. Line of more wastes. Deathcap Blade will bring that down there. Okay. All right. Why are we having such trouble making this appear in the same spot? Okay. Any. Let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, and it comes up wrong on that side. Okay. All right, we're going to make a little video here. We're just going to talk a little bit about some new stuff. Is there a way I can change this? Visual view. There we go. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the lines here, boys. Never mind the bollocks. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to put it like that, huh? That's fine. You guys can see it okay? That's the main thing. Yeah, we do talk about that. Drew Cappy, can we play each other if you want? Yeah, possibly. What's the Demir 2 drop that is an 8/8? That's called the Lost Soul or something? I can't remember. It's called, let me find it for you right here. It's called The Great Mistake or something. It's really cool looking. I do want to run the ancient one. The ancient one. There's also a Bone God thing that I really like. Oh yeah, The Great Mistake. I like this guy too. He looks like Nito, God of Death. Yeah, he does look like Nito, God of Death, if you're familiar with your Dark Souls lore. If any of you know your Dark Souls lore. Gravelord Nito, whatever his name is. Let me turn myself up a little bit right there. Okay, let me turn myself down a little bit right there. All right. All right, we're gonna do a quick little intro video, and then I'll fight one of y'all if you want. I don't know how to play on this thing, so you'll have to figure it out. My name is right there, J Villain. Okay, so let's do this. And tell me if there's a visual error. Speak up. Tell me that I can't see something, something's wrong, if there is a problem with what you're seeing. Please do. And make sure that you've liked the video. If you haven't liked this video, you're not doing it right yet. Graveyard. Oh yeah. Just use your mouse as your hand. Use your mouse as your hands. I don't understand what that means, but I'll trust you on that. We're not doing it yet, but we're going to do a little recording here. How's the background noise? Everything okay? Everything sounds okay? You can hear me all right? No weird clicks or anything? We're 5x5. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka That Villain J. And tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Why? Well, we've got a little bit of theory crafting. We're back. We are back with the new set coming up, which is Lost Caverns of Ixalan. We've got a lot of... I'll be in early access, by the way, guys. We'll have early access. We'll have access to all the cards, thanks to Wizards of the Coast. When I tell you about that, November 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for 24 hours, I will be doing it. It probably won't 24 hours straight, but I'll be doing it for that whole day, that evening, that night, next morning. We'll be looking at all the new stuff. So this is just a little preview. I had an idea here. I always like to theory craft one or two decks before we get started. And one of the ideas that I had that I saw was this lovely card here. We got to do something with the Micro Tyrant. The Myco Tyrant. There's a crazy fungus god here, an elder fungus that supports funguses and saprolings. So it's a really fun card. It's Golgari Self-Mill with like Lurghorf abilities and all those different things. An interesting Golgari Self-Mill that's like, I think it's getting overlooked with all the dinos, the vamps, the pirates. I think this kind of build is going to be interesting with a lot of new stuff, using some of the new mechanics. So we're going to go over kind of what the theory craft is for this one. Of course, I need you to tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss all the new stuff coming out. All the new early access decks, we'll have it days and days before it comes out for everyone else. You'll be able to see how all this stuff works. And the other thing about liking and subscribing is, well, you won't be attacked by YouTube Werewolf, which is called the like and subscribe. So you'll save yourself in two things, a good thing and a bad thing right there. We also stream twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live stream goodness. Love to have you there watching in person. We stream on YouTube as well. So if you want to hit the bell, you won't miss a YouTube stream. You can check out our Discord if in case you want to talk to us or share your decks. And of course, we're on Untap right now. I am on Untap, and I'm also on AetherHub. So either of those websites. Unfortunately, AetherHub didn't have the due cards up yet, so I am on Untap looking at this. So I want to go through a little bit of an idea of what I have here. Of course, we're going to start with our removal package, as we often do. Cut down, tear asunder, a really nice Golgari Exile. You can kick it for get any kind of artifact or enchantment, or a permanent if you kick it for 4. So a very great removal. Go for the throat, fantastic, that's fine. And Infernal Grasp over here, great. We're going to have a lot of dinos and vampires and demons and all kind of stuff coming at us. We want to be able to survive. This deck is a little quick. It doesn't really have that high of an end. It kind of want to swarms out and hit hard, but you do want to be able to protect yourself with those removals. So one of the first ones we're going to do is look at this card art here with all the mushrooms and tentacles coming out of a skull. This is called the Deathcap Marionette, and it's just a common card, but it is a 1/1 Death Touch fungus. It comes down for 1 black and 1, and when it enters the battlefield, you may mill 2 cards. So you have the choice of milling. It's not force mill. Milling is going to be important because it is going to count towards descending. Anytime a permanent goes into a graveyard, you do get to descend a little bit further, which is a new mechanic. Death Bonnet Sprout is also a 1-drop green right here. That's a fungus. And again, we want funguses and saplings. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Then if there are 3 or more cards in your library, transform to the Death Bonnet. Basically, the Death Bonnet is a 3/3. I think it's hard to find the, where is it suit? Hold shift for alt face. Yeah, okay. Boom. Death Bonnet Hulk. It's a fungus horror, and if you may exile a card from a graveyard, if you do, put a 1/1 counter on this guy. Very nice. They grow up so fast. So that's a very cool one too. So you have a 1-drop and a 2-drop in the early phases here that help you mill for that lovely self mill. We have Akawali, the Seething Tower. This is a fungus guy right here. Very looking Last of Us right here. Golgari colors in 1, green, black, 1, 3/3. Descend 4. As long as there are 4 or more graveyards, permanents in your graveyard, Akawali Seething Tower gets +2 and +2 trample. So if we have successfully milled out for 4 cards already, if for 4 permanents, this thing is going to hit the board as a 5/5 trample, and if we have 8 or more, it's going to be a 7/7, and it can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. It's like a reverse menace. You can't block it with more than 1. So very deadly right there. Again, the self mill is going to get us where we're going. Urberg Lurgherf, or Kerberder. There it is. 1 green, 1 green and 1. What that does is a Lurgherf, which if you're familiar with Magic, you should know what that is. Basically, it's equal to the amount of creatures on your graveyard. Its power is equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. So the more creatures you have in your graveyard, the more it is. And if you kick it with green when it comes out, you mill 3 times for each of the kick. You can also kick it with blue. We're not going to kick it with blue. We're only going to kick it with black. But it's a solid little workhorse there that adds the mill and gets more powerful the more you mill. Old Rutstein. I love this guy. This is my dude right here. 1 green, 1 black, and 1. Solid Golgari, human peasant. When he enters the battlefield or at the beginning of your end step, mill a card. Okay? Whenever a land is milled, you get a treasure token. So you're basically getting a replacement for what you milled. If you mill a creature, you get a 1/1 green insect. And if you mill a non-creature, non-land, you get a blood token. And blood lets you draw cards. So he gives you kind of a replacement for whatever you milled. He's kind of a peddler. He's a peddling man. He has everything. So whatever that you swap out there, you're going to get something in replacement, which is really nice. It'll help you ramp. And again, it'll fill your graveyard with giving you something in return. I think 3 of them is good. Maybe you only want to go 2 because he's not really in the theme of fungus or sapperling, but he does fit very well in the Golgari shell we have. Now, the star of the show, of course, is going to be the Myco Tyrant. This is really what the nuts and bolts of this whole thing is about. 1 black, 1 green, 1. Golgari, Elder Fungus, legendary creature. He is a trampler. His power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control that are fungus and or saprolings. So you're saying, well, you don't have that many. You've got maybe, 11 fungus or saprolings here. Well, there's something else he does. At the beginning of your end step, if you create X 1/1 black fungus creature tokens with this creature can't block, where X is the number of times you descended this turn. You descend each time a permanent is put in your graveyard from anywhere. So anytime a permanent is put in your graveyard from the top of your deck, or if something dies, the end step, he is going to create that many fungus tokens across the board. Okay? So if you've descended, if you've milled a whole bunch, if you've milled 3, 4, 5 times, or whatever you've done to hit the mill, that particular turn, using whatever tools are at your disposal, he's going to create that many saprolings. He's going to get that much more powerful, and you're going to have that wider of a board out there to push down on people. Blossoming Tortoise. Yes, he is the Tortoise. 2 green and 2. Whenever Tortoise enters the battlefield or attacks, mill 3 cards, then return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tab. So he does have that lovely resurrection ability that you're not just throwing away. You're not just throwing away land. You are going to be putting some land back on. Activated land abilities of creatures you control cost 1 less to activate. That's fine. We don't really have any of those. We don't really, it doesn't really matter too much for us, but it's still nice. And but he is just a solid mill, and he will help ramp as well. So 2 Tortoises. Then we're going to go to a forgotten card here, Namada Primeval Warden. I do think this one is going to have a come up because we have saprolings, and we have card draw, and we have power that we can generate from this one. He's also a legendary creature. 1 green, 1 black, 2. He is going to be the Primeval Warden. He's a tree folk, but if a creature an opponent controls would die, you exile it. So take that resurrection deck. Take that resurrection deck. If they're gone, they're dead, they're exiled. Whenever something, anybody else dies, they exile it, and you get a 1/1 saproling creature token. Then, of course, you can sacrifice a saproling to give it +2/+2 until the end of turn, or sacrifice 2 saprolings to draw a card. So you have saproling generation, you have fungoid generation, you have all kind of generation. Then you say, all right, Jay, that's pretty good, but do you have one more trick up your sleeve to really drive it home that it would be a very, very powerful deck? Yeah, I do. It's called Lich Knight's Conquest, okay? All that milling and killing, we're going to try to finish off with the Lich Knights. Maybe you put 3 of them. Maybe you put 1 less Old Rutstein and 3 of these boys. Because you can sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, or tokens. What are we generating with Namada? What are we generating with Micro Tyrant? We're generating a lot of tokens, right? So we'll have 3 or 4 tokens to sacrifice, maybe even more. A ton of tokens to sacrifice, return that many creatures from the graveyard to the battlefield. We could potentially, we hit 5, we've milled so much and have such a wide board of tokens, potentially we've set ourselves up with Micro Tyrant and Namada with such a thing that we can sacrifice so many tokens that we can res like 4 or 5 creatures all at once as a sorcery speed by sacrificing all of our little funguses and saprolings. Boom, we filled the board back up. Very, very cool high end right there with Lich Knight's Conquest. I think that this is a fun little idea that we're doing here. And again, I think it got overlooked with all the other abilities and other things coming out. Vampires are snazzy, dinos are snazzy. There's a little bit of a fungus self-mill thing going on in the background. Is it going to be super, super powerful? You'll have to wait and see. I'm going to build it. I'm going to try it on day 1. We're going to do our best to make this work as best we can. Of course, it could use some tweaking, and that's where I'd love to hear from you. I'd love you to leave comments. Let me know what you think. What do you like? What do you not like? What do you think I'm missing? Did I forget a card? Did I overlook a card? What am I missing here? How do we make this a deadly Golgari? Because you know I love the Golgari builds, so... Deathcap Glade, Llanowar Waste, forests, and swamps. That's what we're doing. We can put some caverns in it. We can put some other stuff potentially. But this is kind of the framework build that we're talking about here. The most basic ideas that we're going to go into it to kind of get it to where it needs to go. Just to get our thoughts running, just to get our mind racing and the things that we want to do up and going. Like, what are the alternate builds that we do? What could we surprise people with? You know, building that big board, maybe defending, attacking, pinging, and then hitting Lich Knights for a big, big Resurrector, Reanimator, Golgari self-mill right there. So that's some cool stuff. I hope you like this one. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Just a fun little idea to do while we wait for Ixalan to release in a couple of days. Hope you join me at the early access. Would love to see you there. Again, that's going to be November 9th. All right, November 9th is going to be early access. You'll see me streaming, making decks, and breaking necks all day. Until next time, guys. Hope you like this one. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. Bye-bye. All right. Not bad. Darkness. Darkness, it says you're in a game. Friends? Who sent me a friend request? Soul of the Lost? Souls of the Lost, not a bad idea. Dreadhound would be good. Dreadhound always is too expensive, man. If they would shave off just one thing from that. Tiger Zord. I did not find you. If it was a 5-drop, I feel like it would be worth it, man. Tigers, you're in a game, bro. Oh, okay, join game. Let's try Myco Tyrant. Alright. Alright, so we gotta close it. Waiting for players to test their deck. Okay, so how do I do it? Use your mouse where your hands would go. So draw 7. Boom. All right. Not bad. Who's going first? Jay's turn. All right. How do I tap it? There you go. And how do I get done? End turn. There you go. Oh, how do I untap? There we go. All right, so that's untap. That's that there. And we will, how do I'll attack? How do I attack you? How do I attack you with it? Hey, Sakiel Palsir. Oh, so like everything on this is manual. Okay, so how do I draw 2, graveyard 1? So I had to mill 1, click deck, and then I say more. Then draw. Okay, I gotta draw a card, draw 1. Alright. Alright, did that. So I gotta do everything manually. And then how do I attack with Death Sprout Fungi? Invert. So click the phase thing. Where's the phase thing? Oh, at combat phase. There we go. Combat phase. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. Declare how much I'm attacking for. How do I say how much I'm attacking for? Type it. Attack for 1. Okay. Actions. Okay, so you have to like mark it that you're taking 1 damage here. All right, so it's yeah, it's basically it doesn't play the game. I guess for copyright reasons they can't do that. No response. Okay. And then I'll end turn. As a newbie player, aka Standard, what do you think will get the chance to play Pirates in Standard? They're coming up right now. I think you're going to have a better chance for Pirates in Rogues and Pirates probably in Alchemy. Because... basically, there's a Crucius, which is very powerful. This is way too complex, Tiger Zord. I'm not having a good time. I am not enjoying this at all. I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm giving it a shot here, but this kind of sucks. This is a lot, dude. This is going through a whole fucking lot of effort. I'm trying my best. Okay, I milled 1 for Rutstein, and then I milled 1 for Death Bonnet. Then if there are 3 more cards, I can transform it. So how the hell do I do that? Invert? No. Shake? No, no, no. Inverted? How do we uninvert it? Revert. It gets easier. I don't really need it to get easier. I'm never going to do it again after 2 days. So it doesn't really matter. That's the what if we press shift like they told me? Yeah. Tap, no. Alt face. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go it to. I'm trying to get it to alt face. This is really complex, dude. That you have to manually touch everything. It really sucks. Face down. No, I don't want that. There we go. No, I'm not on mobile. I'm on my PC. It's still complex. There we go. It's like the worst parts. This is the way I could describe it. It's the worst parts of paper and the worst parts of digital. I'm trying, man. I'm hanging in there, but I can't figure out how to flip this face. Alt face. There we go. Okay, it turned into alt face. We milled twice. How do I make a token out of this guy? Because I milled a creature, so I have to get a 1/1 insect token. Like, how do I do that? That's a complex action that I just don't know how to do. Oh, look at that. Where did that even come from? How did you make that? That's pretty funny, man. A little bee with a knife showed up out of somewhere. I like the curve. I mean, I can see the curve pretty decently here. It's not bad. I think that it's going to be a good deck because I could play this next turn, and I'll probably have Descended 4, so it'll come out as a 5/5 trampler on turn 4, which is not bad. Some removal. Clone it. Clone card. Okay. Oh, look at that. There we go. You do this like all day? Good lord, man. Listen, mad respect, dude, for getting this. Mad respect for figuring out how to do this shit, bro. My old fucking brain can't figure this shit out. I would be swinging for I'd be swinging for these. That's 3 and 1. That's a 3/3, that's a 1/4. I don't know where you keep life totals at. And then yeah, it's on your now. I'm sorry I didn't go through combat phase. Oh, you have your own. You're playing also a Micro Tyrant deck? I figured you'd want to play something else against this. That's very interesting. Oh, it's on me again. Draw 1. Draw 2. Graveyard 1. I would get a treasure token. There we go. That would go right over there. Then I would play this mana. Then I would play this Alakazam. Boom. Then I would swing. Blood. And I'm going to end the turn. This also has trample. Did you just take my same deck or what? It looks very similar to mine. Were you building it alongside me? You tapped all your mana. Treasure. Fungus. 3 funguses. My turn. Alright. Untap. I'm going to destroy something out of your graveyard, so I don't know how you want to do that. Then I'm going to mill one. I'm going to draw. Then I'm going to mill. Boof. Then I'm going to play Infernal Grasp on your Myco Tyrant. So that's gone. What did I mill here? I milled another creature, so I would get another insect token. Leave game. I won. Leave game. All right, that sure was a thing. That sure was something that has happened. I actually really like the curve of that. I felt like I was getting a lot of traction there. So, nice visual tool for myself to nice visual tool for myself to understand what's going on. I don't know if I could do that for more than once a day. I'm happy that I'll be in early access. But thank you for that, Drew Cappy. What's your name on the Discord again? I know it's not Drew Cappy, isn't it? Listen, I got to see how it curved out. Honestly, seeing a couple of early hands, that's what I used to do back when I played Paper. I'd be sitting in like my bedroom or something like that, or at the table, and I would just shuffle, and I'd see a couple opening hands. That's how you don't really know after you make a deck. You just take a couple opening hands and play out, what would be my first 2 moves. Okay, I play that, boom, play that, boom. And, it kind of helps you figure out where you'd be focused on and what you'd be doing. So, I mean, it's not terrible. That was really complicated. It was really hard for me to get a hang of it. But that's just because I'm old and my brain doesn't work good. So, there's that problem right there. But I do appreciate it, Drew. What is your name on the Discord, man? I'm pulling it up right now. Everybody got a different name on Twitch, Discord. Oh, you're Shadows, aren't you? Okay. That's the problem, man. So I see somebody on Twitch, and they got a different name than they are in the Discord, and then they got a different name than they are on the YouTube, and then they got a different name. You know what I mean? Let's try one game, and then we're out of here. Try one game of Death Fight, because I got Golgari fever. But at least thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. I used it to build the deck, so I really do appreciate it. I know I was bitching the whole time, but I do appreciate you showing me that. Oh my goodness, Deck Tracker, get out of here. What are you doing, Step Deck Tracker? Boom. Kiyomo. Boom. Mosswood. Maybe a counterspell. I'll like to see here. Yep, figured as much. He don't want nothing to come out. I swear to God, all I've hit period is control. I don't know what it is. I guess people are just turtling till the new shit pops. Couldn't tell you, man. Couldn't rightly tell you what the problem is here. But people just absolutely turtling until the new shit drops, man. Everything I've placed is got some sort of blue in it, or is counterspells, or is control, or board wipes. Like, I don't even see red that much. For real, like, I don't even see fucking red that much. Let's see here. Boom. Okay. Perfect. So, hopefully he'll play out his mana, and I can play Obliterator. Then if he tries to remove it, I can play Safekeeping on it. So, we'll see. Deathclap Glade. Let's try Sheldred first, because I think I want to draw that counterspell. I know he's got a counterspell out of there. Alright, we'll keep that then. He's going to try to remove it, though. Boom. We got to pull teeth, man. We're trying. He wants to draw cards here. Yeah, perfect. Boom. Boom. Probably gonna fucking counterspell it. Tear Asunder. Let's do that. If he's got a counterspell, boom. If you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook and the DJ will solve it. Ice, ice, baby. Boom. Vanilla, ice, ice, baby. Will it ever stop, yo? Oh my god, a surprise Grixis, boys. What's with this? Somebody must have run Grixis. Did CGB run Grixis? Because this is all I've seen this deck like. All of a sudden, Grixis is like the new shit, the new hotness. I don't understand. Boom. 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 Blood-Tide Harvester, not bad. Okay, do that. Hopefully we won't get counterspelled. Probably will, though. Yeah. Boom. Sheldred. Nothing. Hit. Somebody must have run this, because I've seen this deck 3 or 4 times. Like, since yesterday. Or it's just matching me against this piece of shit constantly. I don't know. That's jack shit. Alright, so yeah. We're still on our losing streak here, boys. We're still on our absolute fucking garbage losing streak. I don't know how many times I've faced this deck. I'm going to look it up right now, but yeah, it fucking sucks. It's really lame. But, man, I tell you what, Aether Hub has been fucking up. I've not been happy with Aether Hub. I might DM. I talk to the guy every now and again. The service has been really slow. They changed it so you have to leave it open all the time. I don't know what... I feel like I need more card draw. I mean, where do you get card draw out of black and green? Where do you get that? I have faced that Grixis deck 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Let's see how many times I've faced blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times out of 14 games have been control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, the 4 of them have been 9 of them have been control. 4 of them have been red aggro, and the last one was Abzan. So that's the 14 games. 9, 4, and 1. Yep, that's the total. That's the total of it. Oh well, I don't really care. I'm never gonna play that deck again. We're waiting for the new stuff to pop. So until next time, guys, I've been Jay Villain. You've been great. We're going to end it right there for tonight. I'm trying to gather my strength for the upcoming I have Mosswood. I have Mosswood in there. Tribute, Vraska. I don't know. I just feel like it's just going to get control. Everything gets counterspelled and removed right away. It's creature based and spell based. It's just not worth it, man. We're going for a real big setup that honestly just has so many points of failure in it currently with the amount of removal and stuff going on. I just think it's not going to work. That's my opinion. So we're going to end it right there, boys. We'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday night. We're not going to stream Thursday night. Wednesday night, because we're going all day Thursday, so be ready for that. So until next time, guys, I've been Jay Villain. You've been great. Adios. Good night.